Hey everybody, welcome back to another Malts and Meeples video. And yes, I do have a knife here. I do want to do this the right way. On camera. There we go. Neat little incision. Set up right here. I'm doing it this way because this is the third box I'm opening, and let's see if any of these packs look weird. I hope no. I really hope it was just like a few bad boxes of this, but I am going to be fairly particular on this, and I do not have an overhead cam, so today. So, first stack, looking good. If there's any issues, they're stuck in there. Second stack, looking good. Don't see anything open. Third stack, looking good. And we may not get to all of these today. But fourth stack also looking good. So huzzah. Huzzah for that. Now, if you'll remember the first time I opened a week ago, the cards with issues, couldn't tell that they had issues right away. Oh, I always do that. So you don't get to see my pretty face this time. That's probably just fine for you. Let's look at the different cards. We're looking for, well, ideally a couple more of those unlimited powers to drop in to a deck, get a full play set. Now if I get a full crimped play set, that'd be something. That would annoy me so much. I'm not sure I've gotten a clone dive trooper before. I must have. Passionate Senator, Bloodsport, Pyrrhic Assault. For this phase, each friendly unit gains, when defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. And then a wartime trade official. Pyrrhic Assault, or Pyrrhic Assault looks pretty good. I'm gonna pull up a TCG player so I can look up some of these cards. Pyrrhic Assault. I mean, it's a couple buck card. So far, looking good. Pike's Place. Almost turned it the wrong way. You saw the little bounce there. Ooh man, Strategic Acumen could be a very strong card. I like it. That one was, I think, the first or second card in the vertical orientation. Basically, you can play. You play it. You attach it to something, and it gains an action ability of tap that card to be able to then play a card from hand at 1 less. All right. And Bo-Katan Christ. Ooh. Our shiny one is Republic Defense Carrier. This unit costs 1 less to play for each unit controlled by an opponent who controls the most units. That's pretty good, especially, and then it has Sentinel on top of that. I like that card. That is one that I could see building a deck around. So we have Nala Say here, Tapioca City, and oh my goodness. Actually, this will be less of a problem now. I can just realize I can look at the back of the card. I know what's going to happen. Obedient Vanguard, Clone Heavy Gunner. I will be putting up a separate video on dealings with Fantasy Flight, kind of what I found for trying to fix the issue with the destroyed cards. But it's still in progress at this point. Confederate Tri-Fighter, nice. Sword and Shield Maneuver. General's Blade. And then just a nice little common card there. Pop open our next pack. And yes, later tonight there still will be Baldur's Gate 3 streaming. So you get to see my pretty face again. We have a Knobster here. I still want to turn it the other way because looking at the camera, my brain says it goes the other way. No, it doesn't. Devastating Gunship. Senatorial Corvette. Holdout Blaster, what does that do? When played, you may have attached unit deal 1 damage to a ground troop. And then, it boosts the attack by 1, deal damage. I actually like that. That's a good way to avoid having to trade with somebody, to take something out. Because the strength never goes away. So you definitely want to have that death by droids. So how many droids? Defeat a unit that costs 3 or less, create 2. Ooh, I don't think I've pulled this one before. Foresight. I don't recognize the artwork. And it's a regroup phase. Before drawing cards, name a card, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a name card, you may reveal and draw it. So a way to cheat out an extra card. And then my foil. Right, we're continuing along our way here. See what we get in our next pack. We have Mace Windu, level 1313, turning it the correct way. For first, Coruscant, Officer, Sporking Rep, B2 Legionnaires. Yeah, gotta build around those guys. Droid Cohort, Hyperspace there. That one looks fun. Super Battle Droid, Heavy, Zero the Hutt, O.C. Sobek, Sam Hill, or Sand Hill, and then Kashyyyk Defender. More for that Wookiee Tribal. Gotta build out your Wookiee Tribal. So far through 5 packs. We might be on pack number 5. No issues yet. We do have a Hyperspace Leader card here with Quinlan Voss. Oh, and Tapioca City. I know it's not Tapioca City. Old access codes. Trade Federation Shuttle. Ryloth Militia. I do like the coordinate being like such a big mechanism this time. I wonder how good exploit's going to be. Getting rid of units to make stuff cheaper. Like you have to be confident in your ability to pump out a number of units. We have Jar Jar Binks, Ace Detective, Fine Edition, and then Clone Dive Trooper. Nice. I'm going to look up how much Jar Jar Binks is worth again, because I don't think it's much, because it shouldn't be. But people are trying to sell Jar Jar Binks hyperspace cards for a fair amount. Yeah, regular card is 8 cents. Jar Jar Binks, Foolish Gundigan, 40 cents for the hyperspace. I wonder what the hyperspace foil is going for. $3.55. Yeah, I've seen people on Facebook buy sell groups trying to sell for a whole bunch more than that. Obviously, they're not getting it. Lair of Grievous. Okay. Trying to figure out where to position my arm precisely for opening up all these things. Here we go. More cards. We have our Hidden Sharpshooter, another clone. Lots of clones. Our droids. Duchess Champion. It's so weird. Some of these are just so odd. Like the Zelo Beast. And Sword and Shield Maneuver. I doubt that's worth anything. Sword and Shield Maneuver. 10 cents. Each friendly trooper gains raid 1 and give each friendly Jedi Sentinel. It's not bad, especially for a 2-cost card. But I understand why it's not one that is a top card. You probably aren't looking to have your Jedi killed off. Though, if you can do a bunch of damage with your clone troopers, sure, why not? That's not a bad thing to dump out damage with clone troopers. Especially if you can get a nice token engine factory system going. Tactical droid commander, squad support. Hello there. Ugh. No. Okay. Guerrilla Insurgency and Droid Commando. I will say, with this box, since it does seem like it is a good box thus far, obviously I haven't opened all the packs on it yet, we'll see, but if that's the case, then it means it's not a massively widespread issue, which honestly makes Fantasy Flight's handling of this worse. Just not being able to support a minimum amount of issues in a good way, but like you said, I'll talk about that later. Right now, I just want to... I think I have a playset of Anakin's Interceptor, which Anakin's Interceptor wants damage on your base, so it's a good, like, later drop there. Rush Clovis, and then a Daring Raid to finish it up. Alright, Newton Gunray, Pike's Place, Pike's Peak, Vanquish. I do need to, well, I need to go through and sort my cards. I have so many cards I need to sort and get into nice containers. I may buy a little card sorting holder system for it, because that would be nicer than just laying out stacks on a table. Potentially could make it faster for myself. We got a Finn here. And a Guerrilla Insurgency. Finn is a fringe trooper. So obviously not keyword clone there. It is interesting how they'll drop in a few cards that are more specifically for sets that have previously been released. So like Finn, the Nest, Enfys Nest. Let me know, and because I know Star Wars stuff fairly well, but who are some of the big characters that they haven't printed for? Like, I think there's characters like Kit Fisto. I don't remember him being in there. Yadamundi. I mean, I play Malevolence. Nice. A Star Wars game on my phone, so that's where I know my characters from. But I just, honestly, I don't remember who they haven't used thus far. Malevolence isn't that much. You can exploit it to get it cheap. And the restore on the base is solid as well. So, who's missing? Who are the big characters missing? And we'll see when I do the other box opening stream. It may just happen randomly like this one did. Another time, that's why I say subscribe and click that notification bell, because sometimes you just have time to open up some cards, and I love opening up cards, especially for a game I love, and especially when I can try and find more insanely damaged cards. Okay, maybe not that last part, but there's Admiral Trench, Clone, and R2-D2 Shiny. What does Clone do? You may have this unit enter play as a copy of a non-vehicle, non-leader unit, except it gains the Clone trait. It costs 7. So only the card's printed attributes are copied. Clone Star Wars Unlimited. That's a $4 card. Nice. Alright. Next one. Another Django. And another Nest. I feel like that's honestly the same combination I had last time. I feel like the randomization may have gotten worse. There's more consistent combos of cards that are randomly put together, I feel. Not that that's a major deal. Most of the time, it's not going to be your rarer cards, like we're working into here. Those do seem pretty well randomized, and that's what you want randomized. So we have Asajj Ventress and Consolidation of Power with a soldier of the 501st. Wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time here making a nice little clone deck. We have a Newt, Gunray, and Pike's Place. Republic, Volunteer Soldier. Some of these cards will just work well with other stuff. Actually, that's probably the area where I want them to focus next. I was looking at the Jedi Counselorship, so I'd love to see a Jedi focused. Like, obviously they're focusing on different kind of time frames. Ooh, we got a land here, Droid Manufactory, and Padawan Starship. So it might have been Padawan Starship that I had before. Droid Manufactory. I wonder if that's worth anything. It's tough because Yeah, it's a 6 cents card because you get a when you deploy it, your leader create 2 battle droids. That's not bad. Getting basically 4 troops or 3 troops out there, and your leader can be pretty strong. But it's so specific to 2 droids, and you are losing 6 health for it. That's always, to me, the tough part. I want... but it makes sense, though, because it's I mean, you're losing 6 health, and you get an extra 4 health of stuff for it. So it's probably not... or 4 attack. So it's not probably a good enough trade for it. We have Count Dooku. And then Consolidation of Power is our foil. So that is not a legendary, but what did they call it? Rare? Let's look. Consolidation of Power is, yeah, a rare 40-cent card. We're getting close to being done with the stack. It goes nice and fast when I don't have to rant about production issues. So, huzzah for that. I still say be wary purchasing now. Know what the return policy is. I know that for this it doesn't have one. I bought it through a seller on TCG Player. Though I'd probably be able to dispute it through TCG Player if the packs, if there were damaged cards, and TCG Player would take the hit on it. I'd feel bad for an individual seller to lose out on it. We have Shakti, Ahsoka, who is a legendary, and Asajj Ventress, who's a rare. So, yeah, we have a kid going to bed. You can tell that he's very asleep at this point. Ahsoka Tano, always ready for trouble. $9 card. $12 card. In terms of a lot of the sale prices for it. And then Asajj, let's just see what Asajj Ventress, Dooku's assassin. Oh, yeah, there's the convention foil for that, and that's a $80 card. Wow. This, on the other hand, even foil is like a 50-cent card. You really need to get a foil legendary or foil hyperspace rare. So we have Newt. If I remember correctly, Newt, though this is a hyperspace, but Newt's generally followed up by Pike's Place. It wasn't, but it was blue still. Not that that means anything, just a random observation on my behalf. And then the Republic. Yeah, I feel like Jedi's is where the next set should go, though I need to look into what the following set is. The Soulless one, huh? Whose ship is that? Is that a Grievous ship? Synchronized Strike. Aid from the Innocent, and then... ooh. Twice the Pride. When played, deal 2 damage to attached unit. So if you can... Twice the Pride, hyperspace, foil. It's only $1.70. But still, you get that on the right card, especially something that's... well, you kind of want it for early gameplay, but if you have a real tanky leader, I can see that being fairly solid. I mean, even Anakin with his 7 back here, back here. I can see that working decently well. Because he still has 5. As long as you are controlling the board, you could potentially swing through with 8 on the base before he's like rushed down. Because 5's high enough that I wouldn't count on it being a one-hit kill on him. Hey, there's another Twice the Pride. Oh, we got an unlimited power and Mace Windu's lightsaber. So unlimited power, hyperspace, deal 4 damage, then 3, then 2, then 1. All through different units. But there is no restriction on the area. So that's a $18 card. Though I see near mints now for $8.50. But I like that card. Now I have 2. I have 2. Now I just need a regular one of those. I'll have all 3 different types. You might be like, what are the 3 different types? There's crimped, there's hyperspace, and then there's regular. I guess 4, because you can get foil as well. Though foil could be on hyperspace, regular, or crimped if they ran into issues otherwise with the pack loading sealing process. I'm grinning behind the cards, if you can't hear that. Obi-Wan, Resistance, Tactical Droid Commander. There's Kit Fisto. So I guess maybe they've put enough of the characters in here that they won't be doing Jedi next, but I do think a Jedi one, you can do different versions of Jedi, would be a good way to go and build up some Jedi synergies. So the odds of getting a showcase card in this one appear to be fairly slim. I've almost always opened the showcase cards at the top of the deck, or box I should say. And I think the last stack of packs I have came from further down in the box. Volter Scepter Wing. On attack, give an enemy unit -1/-1 for the phase. Hotshot Y-Wing. That Vulture Interceptor could be interesting. If you could get a couple of those out at once, that could be real nasty. Because you're reducing the enemy's ability to attack. They also could have had more Geonosians, which they didn't actually put down as a keyword on there. Not that I expect Geonos and Tribal to become a thing ever. But I'm just trying to think, like, what are some of the things that I could see more of? The Invasion of Christophsis. Exploit 4. Ooh, that you need to exploit 4 almost to be able to play that. It's so expensive. But choose an opponent, defeat each unit that player controls. So that is like a opponent-based board wipe. And I'm not surprised to see that that's going for $285. That one actually has bumped up in price. That's fairly impressive. I think people... so I guess you're looking at Well, it can be either light or dark side with that card, because I wonder if there's ways to you pump out clones enough that it doesn't hurt, and that's a big finishing play too. Like if your opponent has some sentinels out that you don't want to attack into, well, sacrifice some troops and then see what happens. There's a Saj again. Sanctioner's Shuttle. Stila Guerrera and Bactoid Spider Droid. I'm down to our final 2 packs here. And then I'm going to go prep to set up for the next stream. For those of you who have checked out this video, thank you very much for doing that. Oh wow, we are hitting just Darth Maul Central here. Several of the Mauls recently. Hey, I can see a hyperspace card coming up here. Oh, kind of like the artwork on that one. Create 2 battle droids. That's just a solid utility card. Oh yeah, and here are some other Jedi. So we had a Plo Koon there. This Nest Underworld card. And In Pursuit. Exhaust. So 0 cost, exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, exhaust an enemy unit. That could be a fun surprise. It does not specify that it can't be a leader that's in play. So no showcase this time. If I go through 4 boxes, which, I mean, 4 boxes and only getting 1 showcase is very, very, very reasonable to expect. But if I do that and the only showcase that I get is that split one, ouch. It's always interesting to purchase from people online, because I don't know if they potentially opened up a box of these, opened up a couple packs or a couple boxes. Obviously didn't open up my box of it, but open up a couple boxes, stumble across a showcase and be like, alright, well, this box is 6, we probably found the 1 showcase in there, let's sell the rest. Because that is certainly a possibility when you're ordering from places like TCG Player, where it could be an individual selling versus a company. But with that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you had fun, and like I said, you can join later tonight to see more Baldur's Gate 3 being streamed. So join us for that, 9 p.m. Central Time. Other streaming I do Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central Time. I'm working my way through my top 100 games of all time. 2 weeks left of that, though it's going to be this upcoming week and then the week after Thanksgiving for that. And then on Monday nights I stream random solo board game. Right now probably start doing a solo campaign playthrough of some game coming up there. If you want to check out more videos, obviously have a whole back catalog. You can see the saga of the showcase card if you want, and then also you can check out nerdologist.com, where I have board game articles, stuff like that, come out every weekday. And if you enjoy Marvel, like I do, you can check out 10-Minute Marvel Podcast here on YouTube or wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. But with that, bottoms up.